Hello, my name is Moses. I'm a 30-year-old living in Southern California. And in this video, I just wanted to kind of touch on the question, should you pursue medical school at 30? And this is just going to be my take and my story. This doesn't apply to everybody. This is just something that I felt that I wanted to kind of share with the world based on my story and my experience. A little bit of background, I graduated from UCLA in 2015, that's where I earned my bachelor's degree. And it was around that time that I kind of knew that I wanted to pursue medicine. I just hadn't really pulled the trigger on that yet. Instead of pursuing medicine directly out of undergrad, I kind of wanted to work full time and kind of explore myself with the idea in mind that I still wanted to pursue medical school. So I worked full time, and I actually ended up earning my master's degree. It's in public administration, which I earned that degree last year, 2023. I love it. Public administration is something that I definitely see myself getting into. It kind of touches on this overall idea of helping people, just in a broader, more organized sense. But that fire in me, especially after earning my master's degree, that fire in me really wanted to still pursue medicine. I still felt like that's something that was the ultimate goal. That's something that I really still wanted to pursue. So I decided to apply to Caribbean Medical School in 2023. I submitted my application in July. I was interviewed in August, and I was accepted in September. Great. So I accomplished what I wanted, which was to get into medical school. This was the start of my new career path. This is a new chapter in my life that I wanted to create for myself. So in preparation for medical school, I quit my job. I was working actually full time for an online retail company. No diss on the company. It just didn't really fill that need that I wanted, which was to really help people and do more outreach. So I ended up quitting it to pursue medicine. I also sold my car. I had a 2018 Mazda 3 sedan. I loved it. It was my baby. But I sold her in preparation for medical school. So I get to the island. I'm studying. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. And I took my first midterm. I took my first midterm around 3.5 weeks in, and I passed. I actually did around 7% higher than the average, so I was in a good standing. Essentially what I was doing to get to that point was working. I'm passing the exams, I'm in good standing. The trajectory is definitely showing that I can do this and I can pursue medicine as an actual career. But I was exhausted. I was really tired. In just 3.5 weeks, I honestly feel like I studied enough information that could cover an entire semester of a science course. That's how intense medical school is. Just bombardment of information every single day. It's 4 hours of lecture every single day. So you're looking at 60 plus hours of lecture for one midterm exam. It's a lot. It's really draining. But despite all of this exhaustion and despite all of this burnout, I still felt determined to do well. So what happened, right? I'm in good standing, and I feel like I'm in a good place to pass and move forward with the medical school and with my medical career. We're gearing up for essentially the finals week of the first module. So we're still within the first 6 weeks of the semester. This is the first module of that semester. This finals week for the module would include the following 3. 1 would be the second midterm of that module, 20% of the grade. Number 2 would be the OSCE. If you're not familiar with what the OSCE is, it's essentially the objective structured clinical exam. It's an exam that students take in medical school where they practice actual physical exam activities on mock patients. And we also had our final exam. This final exam was 40% of the grade, and it's NBME style. NBME is the National Board of Medical Examiners. It's essentially the people that create the step 1 exam, the actual board exams for medical school and for doctors, that final exam, which was 40%, was going to be in the format of that NBME style. So it's a lot of pressure. 40% is a huge chunk of your grade. And to put all that into one exam, that could make or break your entire semester. So it was at this point that, you know, I took some reflection and my heart was just telling me, run. Like, this is not it. This is not it. Despite my current standing as I'm doing okay, I'm passing, my heart was telling me just go. Like, just get out of here. This is not it. This is not for you. And there's a few reasons why I came to that conclusion and what that meant for me. Medical school is a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of commitment. You're committing yourself to at least 4 years of schooling, and assuming that you want to pursue and practice medicine, you're looking at least 3 years of residency. And even then, if you want to do a fellowship, which would, you know, earn you higher income, but if you want to do a fellowship, that's another 3 to 4 years to 5 years after just residency. So as a 30-year-old, I'm thinking to myself, okay, by the time that I finish medical school, I'll be 34. By the time that I complete residency, I'll be at least 37, because mind you, not all specialties are 3 years of residency. I wanted to pursue psychiatry or anesthesiology. Those are kind of my two specialties that I was looking into. Both of those are 4 years of residency. So I'm looking at least, from the time that I'm 30 right now, I'm looking at least 8 years until I actually receive an income. That's a huge sacrifice. That's a lot of time, a lot of effort put into what I would say is like a really important part of my life right now, where I need to really establish myself as an adult. And so that's just not a sacrifice that I was willing to take. I have a great support system here. And I felt like I was missing that when I was away from medical school. All this that I'm telling you is just to say that I genuinely discovered that I'm not as passionate about medicine as I thought. You know, I love learning about the human body. I love learning about diseases and the mechanisms that are in place that lead to those diseases, and the ways to fix that disease, right? In medicine, you learn about the norm and you learn about the abnormal, right? The normal and the abnormal. And the whole point is to take the abnormal and bring it back to normal as much as possible. I just wasn't passionate about the actual field of medicine. You know, it's one thing to like enjoy helping people and helping them feel better, right? But the actual field of medicine itself, my passion towards that was not strong enough to keep me towards continuing this journey, right? My passion for helping people and for helping them get better, that was not a strong enough reason for me to want to continue on with this medical school endeavor. And, you know, lastly, I mean, if you want to think logically, the practicality of medical school, you know, I'm looking at the money and the time. So, and you know, time is money, right? So medical school is expensive. My first semester is $50,000 US. And medical school is 4 years, so that's 8 semesters. So I'm looking at around $400,000, if not more, at the end of my medical school journey. And that's just a lot of money. Yeah, you can say, well, doctors make a lot of money, right? So they'll be able to pay it off. But, you know, when you're in the process of it, and that's just like the cherry on top, right? That just makes it feel like, wow, this is a huge like gamble that I'm taking. This is like a risk that I'm taking. And I didn't feel comfortable continuing on with that risk. With the money also came the time. Again, by the time that it's all said and done, I mean, I'm pushing 40 before I even start really earning an income and like getting my career started. And I just feel like, you know, when would I retire from that? I mean, that's not something that I wanted to do. Overall, to answer the question, should you pursue medicine at 30? I want to really encourage you to take a moment to really reflect on the bigger picture of life, right? What is it that you want to accomplish in your life? Now, you can say, well, I really want to help people. That's my biggest goal, is I want to help people. So I want to pursue medicine to help people. Well, okay, you want to help people. Great. Well, fun fact, medicine is not the only way to help people. You could go into teaching. You could teach at the K through 12 level. You can teach, you could get your master's degree and teach at a college level. You could get your PhD degree and teach at like a university level, right? So there's teaching that definitely helps people. Okay, you say, well, I want to help people in the medical field, right? You can become a nurse. You become a physician assistant. If you're not really into the clinical stuff, you can become a pharmacist, right? That's still medicine. That's still helping people. It's just not as a physician. If you want to save lives, right? I mean, medicine definitely helps to save lives. But there's other fields that save lives. Our police, salute to our police because they are definitely saving lives. You can become a firefighter. And just overall, in general, you could just volunteer. I mean, if you really want to help people in a hospital, you don't have to be a doctor, a nurse, a PA, or even a pharmacist, or even an EMT. You could become a volunteer and you can help the staff at a hospital with their workload and the patients. Helping people is not a big enough reason to pursue medicine. Another question to ask yourself, right? Is this your dream or is this somebody else's dream? Are you being pressured by family, whether it's direct pressure or indirect pressure? Is there a societal pressure, right? I mean, if the economy is tanking, they say, oh, well, become a doctor because you have job security for life and the economy will always need doctors no matter how the economy is doing. So, are those reasons why you're pursuing medicine? And, the elephant in the room is it for the money, right? I mean, it's no secret that doctors make a lot of money. I believe, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2022, the median income for a physician in America is over $229,000. That's a really good income. That's 6 figures times 2. But that's not the only way to make that income. I mean, if you're looking at trying to make that, if you're targeting that type of income level and you think that becoming a doctor is the only way to do that, you can definitely get that income as a lawyer, as an investment banker, as a real estate agent, or just an entrepreneur, right? And that's the thing. There are other fields where income is unlimited, essentially. I mean, as a doctor, right, you're really capped at a certain amount. I mean, you could make $300,000 as a base, but then have a little side gig as like a, moonlighting at some other clinic and making some extra income. But essentially, you're kind of capped around a certain income range. And this applies to other careers too, not just medicine, but for the sake of this video, we're talking about medicine. But when it comes to investment banking, real estate, entrepreneurship, the amount of income is just endless. So this is just to say that if you're trying to pursue medicine for the money, I just want you to know that there are definitely other career fields that you can pursue to earn that kind of income as a doctor, if not more. I really hope that this video has given you some insight and some first-hand experience as to what it's like to pursue medicine as a 30-year-old. And I hope that this video kind of helps you understand what that would take and some of the sacrifices to think of, some of the pros and cons, if you will. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I would love to engage with you guys and answer some questions that you may have regarding pursuing medicine or what am I doing right now in my life. And if you want to know anything more specific about my medical school experience, how it was like, granted it was only about 7 weeks, but there was a lot done in those 7 weeks, I can tell you that. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you'd like some more information like this, if you want me to create more videos like this, I would love to see what you guys think. And if you want to go ahead and give a quick subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I do release a new video. And yeah, until next time, take care and God bless.